Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with another episode of ReZero. This is episode number 2, though strictly speaking, it's the third episode that I'm watching, just because of how the first episode is structured into a part A and a part B. And really, looking back on it now, it makes sense. The first episode, part A, gives us an introduction into the characters, Subaru, Satella, and it really sets the scene. It gives us an idea of the world that, he's going to be inhabiting and, invokes a little bit of mystery with this whole being transported to a medieval fantasy land that, you can see magic. The second portion, the B part of the episode, then kind of set the theme of the show, which I'm assuming is going to be this time loop ability that Subaru seemingly has. Obviously, I've still got a lot of questions surrounding it, with regards to, is it actually an ability he has, or is it someone else imposing it on him? How far back can he jump, if that is the case? Is it magic in any way? And does it only happen when he is dying? Because that's the only time that we've seen him, be able to jump, is moments where, he's basically dead. I'm just wondering if he could control it. Maybe that could be a very useful piece of magic. Time travel. Who doesn't want to be able to time travel? We didn't see much of Satella in the second part, the B part of the episode, not until the very end at least. And she didn't retain any memories of what happened previously. She doesn't remember Subaru. She doesn't remember, trying to go after, her insignia with him, and she doesn't remember dying. Now, I'm still uncertain as to whether Puck, which is the spirit, is going to remember. I think it would be good for her to remember, because then that would establish a bridge between the characters, and we wouldn't have to have Subaru do all of the explaining and have him always be the one, kind of in the know whenever the time loop does happen. And it's easy to explain because, she's a spirit, so she might be immune to the effects of the time travel. But, as I say, the second part of the episode set the stage a little bit. This insignia was very valuable to, whoever this client is, that I think her name was Elsa, was working for, the one who we saw kill Subaru twice. And, the moment that Subaru mentioned that he wants to give it back to its owner, it was a very surprising reaction. It's almost as if they know who owned it, and that person is, they're very much a taboo subject. And even at the end of the episode, when Subaru mentioned the name Satella, she rejected it violently, almost as if she didn't want to be called out in public. I don't know whether it's because she's an elf. I don't know if there's like a racial thing going on. I don't know if it's to do with like magic, because we know that she can do magic. We learned that for non-magic users to be able to use magic, you need a meteor, which is what they thought his mobile phone was. And then we learned that magic is given to you by going through the gate, which is what I think we saw at the very beginning of the first episode, and that's what transported Subaru all the way through, from his world to this world now. But it's got me very, very intrigued. The first episode was a nice setup. The second episode just thrust us right into it and just gave us a lot of questions to need answering. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this part of the journey is going to go. So before we jump in, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The 7 Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, Clara Gros-Louis, and Mr. Greg 89. So, without further ado, let's jump in to ReZero Episode 2. Yes, so she is taboo. Felt seems... Is this where she's going to steal it? Oh no, now he thinks that he's working with her. That's really not going to help their relationship this time round. Oh, don't tell me it's those guys again. Third time lucky? Oh, did he kill him this time? Yeah. Now he's starting to click on. I'm going to keep account of the deaths. So that is death number 3, isn't it? Just going to make a little mark down here. 1, 2, 3. So he realistically could stop Felt from taking it in the first place. Is he going to make it completely wrong guess? Yeah, no, he got it right. Time leap. Return by death. Accurate, if not a little bit blunt. I've got these horrible ideas of like the fact that he does actually die, but he just keeps jumping to another multiverse and living different versions of his life. He has to stop Felt from taking it in the first place, which he could do. If he acted in time. Oh. That would have been Felt and Satella. You need to be quicker, Subaru. Again? Really? Nice move. Yeah, asking for the guards. Something they were scared of. Oh, someone's behind you. Ooh. Who's this? Master Swordsman. Run away. Yeah, who is he? He is dressed similarly to Satella, but not quite the same. No. You're not in uniform? You look like a royal guard or something. You say than in peacetime? Does that mean they're in war? Which might explain if Satella is from a nation they're at war with. I mean, wouldn't he have better luck just killing himself and then preventing Felt from taking it? Seems easier than trying to attack Elsa. Live strong, that's a common saying here. Who's that gonna be? Oh, it's her. It's Elsa. What's she doing near Felt's? Uh-oh. Don't lick your lips, please. Oh. Oh, shit. Ooh, that was a tense meeting. Oh, shit. She's there. She's really persistent. She doesn't want to listen to him. Oh. Uh-oh. He's in her bed. Not the place you want to find yourself when she's got a knife. She'll be pissed when it runs out of battery, though, and she can't get it to work. Oh, how does he say that he's already had it appraised? Yeah, they do. Oh dear. So she lives there, but she's not one of them. That's very patronizing. She's gonna stab you. Now is not the time to be reflective when she's gonna... Yeah. She gave you plenty of warning. Uh-oh. Really not, if you stay there much longer. Yeah. Uh-oh. Who is them? Now, they had a fairly bad reaction to that last time. Why are they having a much more subdued reaction to that now? I get the feeling she could make her way inside even if they didn't open the door. What are you doing here? She found her way to it. Okay, so I don't know how Satella, if that is her name, I'm still a little bit confused about what to call her, made her way to the loot house, because, well, I mean, I suppose to be fair, we didn't really give her a chance to even make her own path in the first, you know, couple of lives, I suppose, after the failed attempt by Subaru to, you know, try and get it back. You know, we saw her in the first life where they were both killed upon trying to enter. So it's just a question of why is it that she didn't show up at this point in the last version, you know, when Felt, Subaru, and old Rom were all doing the negotiating. You know, she didn't show up. So something must have happened for her to show up earlier, or at least before Elsa this time around. I don't know if it was the confrontation between Elsa and Subaru earlier in the episode, but something has either slowed down Elsa or sped up Satella. So, yeah, so I'm going to keep a tally of all the times that Subaru dies. We're up to 3 deaths so far, so this is the 4th life. Him calling it return by death is, and I said this in the episode, it's I mean, accurate, but it's fairly blunt. You know, I like time leap much better, which is what he called it initially. Now, part of me is thinking Satella is a well-known name, obviously, of someone who was taboo, and I'm wondering if that name was used initially to try and see if it garnered a reaction from Subaru. Because if Satella knew that mentioning her name was taboo and Subaru didn't have an extreme reaction to it, then she would have known either that he was friendly or he wasn't from around here and so wasn't going to try and betray her. It's a very weird thing. I need to learn more about what's going on with that name and who Satella really is. Keep being referred to as the Jealous Witch. And I'm just wondering if there is some kind of... There's a bigger picture here. When we met Reinhard, he mentioned about the country, or the city being at least, being peaceful. You know, being the most peaceful since peacetime. And I'm wondering if now, maybe the nation that they're in is at war with another nation. And maybe that's where this Satella is from. and that's why, maybe this nation is full of elves. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I'm spitballing to try and come up with theories here, but maybe that's why it's such a taboo name, because they are enemies, and so anyone associated with them would presumably be captured and put to death. It's hard to tell, really. There's still a lot that we don't know, but I do like the fact that, we're getting to see different versions of the different stories, of the same story over and over. This time around, he was killed by the thugs in the alley. And, we got introduced to another character because of it, Reinhard, who seems to be dressed very ornately, even if he is off duty. He seems like someone who's high-ranking. He's obviously well-known. The Master Swordsman, as he was known. I wonder if he's someone who would see Satella as an enemy. It'll be interesting to see, when we see him again. I suppose it depends on the context, because for all we know, like, they could die again within the next 5 minutes of the next episode, and we have to reset everything all over again. But that time, I would like to see Subaru go after Felt before she takes the insignia. Maybe warn Satella, hey, someone's coming for your insignia, keep it safe. And then we avoid the need to go to the loot house. And maybe that allows Felt to sort of fall in with them. Maybe, I don't know. It would just be an interesting scenario to see how that would play out. But it would avoid the need to confront Elsa, I guess. At least in the loot house. But yeah, it's a very strange show. And I suppose it's going to feel that way because we don't quite know what's going on just yet. I'm sure all of you at home are probably sitting there going, well, we know what's going on. And it's nice to see me struggle trying to figure out what's going on. But we'll get there. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you for the next one.